Today I wanted to think out loud a little and share with you some of the thoughts that I have as a consequence of various conversations we have with the American and the UK fund manager. We find that even though 3 years or more have lapsed since Brexit, there seems still to be some sort of denial, we want to call it, for what concerns the implication that Brexit had on the ability to passport investment services and, in layman terms, approach investors in Europe from the UK. And so many times to these managers, we might want to recommend to look into hiring third-party marketers. And in most cases, we are faced with some reluctance, which is ill-placed in our view. The reality is that the denial takes or has different reasons for the Americans and the Brits. The Americans, especially the ones who have little to no previous experience or exposure to Europe and have no existing contacts or connections in Europe, they have really no other choice than setting up in London. London is very friendly, it's welcoming, and so is the UK. There is no language gap. However, there is little to nothing that you can do when it comes at Europe from London, and that's a reality. The Brits, I believe, that have still this, let's say, lack of clarity surrounding the provision of investment services because they've been in Europe, and so they think, okay, fine, but what if I keep on doing what I was used to do before? Is it going to be a problem? They don't think immediately that is going to be a problem to approach an investor, because that is or might be classified as an investment service. And so, given that things might change with equivalence but haven't changed yet, the idea is to be shedding this old beliefs and looking at third-party marketers when that is a good short to medium-term solution, considering that third-party marketers are not necessarily going to work with your fund. What are third-party marketers? We have to look at them from different angles. A third-party marketer or a third-party marketing firm, from a regulatory standpoint, is an investment service. And even though there might be a plethora of firms and individuals who can promise to raise the profile of your firm, the third-party marketer you want to work with is an investment firm and is licensed. Now, if they're licensed in Europe as well, even better, because out of London, as we know, there isn't really much that can be done lawfully without recurring to some sort of workarounds that might be risky, like the reverse solicitation. From a commercial perspective, third-party marketers are sort of pre-screeners of investments for the professional investors, institutional investors, so family offices, high net worth individuals, pension funds, you name it. And they are not necessarily in the broader business of investor relation, as many want to purport themselves to be, but they work to screen investments for this pool of investors they work with. And so basically the question here is where it becomes a little bit more counterintuitive, because people might think that, okay, fine, we can treat, or you can treat third-party marketers same as any other service provider. This is where you might be in for an interesting surprise if that's your approach, because the third-party marketer you want to work with is the one who will choose your fund, who has an interest for your strategy, who likes your performance, and who knows that it will fit somewhere, somehow in the portfolio of the investors. And so for as long as there is no equivalence, for as long as a fund house you don't take a business decision that domicile in Europe like Germany or Italy or France is where you want to set roots. But if you're still in a process of discovery, that's where considering this option, and contrary to old beliefs, might as well be the solution for you. There is more to come on European distribution. As always, thank you for watching and stay tuned.